Alright, there we go. I don't know why, guys, but we might cut out yet again. I do apologize, but what is going on, FHDL? It is time. I know I said it the last session, but I forgot about one more session after this one. This is the second to last qualifying session of the weekend. We got one driver from Storm Drift, and that is Cub Scout JS. So before we get into that, let me get my stream pulled up so I can watch chat. And while we're waiting for that to load, real quick, Forza Horizon Drift League is presented by Trifecta Drift Team. Do you meet the trifecta? Speed, proximity, style. Also presented by Plantronics Gaming. Gear up, gear good. Sponsored by 110 Customs. We don't just give 100% effort, we give you 110. Also sponsored by Figurative Tuning. Need a drift tune that needs a couple tweaks or a whole new drift tune? Go to Figurative Tuning. They'll help you figure it out. Also sponsored by HKS Performance, bringing style to drifting since 2002. Also by Team 5 Zygon, Forza Daily Skids on Instagram, Strictly Sideways, Vapors Vape Shop, and now sponsored by StickerBoost.com. Go to StickerBoost.com, use code FHDL to get 15% off your purchase. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Like I said, this is the second to last qualifying session of the weekend at Rainforest Run for Season 2 of Forza Horizon Drift League. And it's driver's first ever FHDL event. And like I said, that is Cub Scout JS, as you can see there from Storm Drift. So we're going to fast travel, get my traffic glitch out of the way since we are short-staffed this weekend to do blocking of the traffic. So that way, he already has his traffic glitch out of the way, but I got to do it that way I'm not seeing traffic cars on my screen and then wondering why he's just plowing through them. So Alright, there we go. For some reason my controller wasn't plugged in all the way for whatever reason, so now it is. I do apologize for that. Haven't had problems all day until now, but should be fixed. But like I said, I do apologize for the wait for the traffic glitch. Like I said, we are short-staffed this weekend for blocking traffic, so we have to do it this way. The drivers have a clear track, and they can run at the top of their performance. So once this is done, we'll go down to the start, go through the course, slowly explain what the driver is running. Well, I should say for this set. We're going to go over the course, and then after we do that, we're going to get Cub's qualifying runs underway. All right, Cub, if you could pull off the course for just a second, please. All right, so as you've seen where Cub was, drivers are going to start at the end of the white line here in the center of the road. Lead car is going to park where I am at, or where Cub was on the right. Chase car just to the left of me. But since this is qualifying, they can start in either spot. But then they're going to start from there, do a 60-mile-an-hour roll, staying in the right lane, all the way up until the initiation point. But on this track, it's an acceleration initiation. Usually we have an acceleration point, which means they're going to start accelerating and then an initiation point, but this time it's at the same spot, therefore the acceleration initiation. So they're going to accelerate and initiate at the same time, doing a feint entry into this outer zone. Drivers must hit this outer zone before halfway through the corner for it to count, and hold it for the whole corner, and then they're going to slide back over for an outside touch and go about halfway in between the corners, probably a little bit more further down, but definitely towards this sign here. And then they're going to dive back into the slightly banked corner for an inside clip here, and then jumping back out for another touch and go at this sign about the halfway point in between each corner, then diving into this fully banked corner for another inside clip, and then jumping back out to another touch and go about where this small tree is. But during battles, and we'll explain it then, if this small tree gets taken out, we will go off the big tree behind it. The reason we haven't been is because it's so far away from the road, but I don't think that little one will get taken out. And then they're going to transition anywhere on the course as long as they don't go off the course, diving back into our first inside zone of the season. So it's just like the outer zone, but it's an inside, and you got to hold it as long as you can until you have to sweep out to this last touch and go where this last big tree is on the left, and then you're going to hold that angle all the way to the finish, which is where these white markers are, or where my car is going to be parked. Normally I park at the initiation point, but since it's marked with that road color change, I forgot to explain that. That's my fault, but you could probably see it when I was explaining it. Since it's already marked, I'm going to park at the finish because these markers get taken out like no other. So we're going to get in follow cam, aka drone mode. And then we got Joker in the chat, says as soon as I get Forza, he's going to try to do this. That's awesome, Joker. We're always looking for more drivers. More drivers running means bigger competition. Bigger competition means better show for our viewers. And that's going to attract more viewers, and more viewers means more sponsors, meaning the league's going to grow even more. All right, so we got Cub Scout JS from Storm Drift, as you can see, ready to go. Whenever you're ready, Cub, honk your horn. You may go for your first qualifying run. All right, there's his horn. He's off and running. Going to do that 60-mile-an-hour roll. Excuse me. It's the initiation point. Beautiful faint entry. Can he get the outer zone? The judges will have to see if he got it. That was close. Definitely getting the touch and go. Definitely getting the inner clip. Getting the touch and go beautifully. Maybe just got the inner clip. Judges will have to determine. And then getting the touch and go. Beautiful run by Cub so far. Getting that inner zone. Just missing the final touch and go, and had phenomenal angle across the finish. Very good first run for Cub Scout in FHDL. So hopefully he can pull out just a better run, just as good as a run for a second, or even better it. If he betters it, it'll be definitely into the field. That one I think will definitely put him in the field as well, but it's going to be cutting it close because we've had some phenomenal runs this weekend, and we still got 2 more drivers to go. But I've seen Cub drift. He definitely has the skills to do it. I guarantee he's got the nerves right now because it is his first FHDL competition, but he just needs to stay relaxed and he'll pull out a phenomenal run. So Cub, whenever you're ready, honk your horn. All right, there's his horn. He's going for his final qualifying run. Doing a 60-mile-an-hour roll. Big faint entry, good initiation, but not going to get the outer zone this time. But definitely getting the touch and go. Good angle though, but missing the inner clip, missing the touch and go. Line-wise, he's not doing as good, but has much better angle, and he gets that touch and go. Didn't get the inner clip prior, didn't get the full zone on that inner zone, but did get the touch and go, and had, again, phenomenal angle through the finish. All right, Cub Scout, thank you for coming out and running. 2 beautiful runs. His first run visually, I think, was better. I am not a judge, though. So we'll have to see how he does. Those of you wondering, though, results should be posted either or sometime tomorrow, we should say. We'll have to see. If at the very latest Tuesday night, they'll be announced here on Twitch first and then posted to all of our social media so you can see how you did there. But we got 2 more drivers left, and that is going to be in the last session. Hemi King, I think it was, told me he needed to reschedule, but never gave me a time, so the latest he can show up is the 11 p.m. session, which is the next one. We still have 1 session between, but nobody signed up for it. So the next session is 11 p.m. here in about an hour and 45 minutes, and we got Gearhead12349 from Sideways Drift and Hemi King 64. So we'll see you guys then. Until then, keep it slideways.